Q4 is always the time to watch out for. In crypto, now is when it really does pay to be alert. This cycle, of course, and these upcoming months are no exception. There's a pretty large upside potential breakout that could happen really any week, any day now. And so it's okay if you haven't stacked your favorite altcoins yet, but I'm going to be candid, you are running out of time. And fortunately for us, if you're feeling indecisive about which projects you really want to bet on, there is a tried and tested cheat code in this industry, and that is following the smart money, aka the crypto whales of this space. Of course, these are the big players with the deepest pockets in the industry. Sometimes they even have insider knowledge that they may be actioning. And so obviously keeping an eye on exactly what they do, their actions, their strategies at a time like this is actually a really smart play for the everyday retail investor. And so no big surprise here. We're doing exactly that. We're emulating the crypto whales. We're copying the smart money. We're going to pay particularly close attention to the altcoins that the whales themselves are scooping up. We're going to grab the same ones, and we're counting down those projects in this video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. I mean that sincerely. Just so long as we all remember that I am not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. Just before we get into the list here that we're examining today, let's zoom out a little bit and talk about what's happening right now in the world. The crypto market is kind of down overall, and that's largely, or at least partly due because of the ongoing conflict that we're seeing between Israel and Iran, unfortunately. It's always normal to see sell-offs and price drops during times of uncertainty, and that's what we're in right now. Okay, but here's the thing. Whales typically are not fazed by short-term dips. They're still playing the long game, and their moves reflect where they see future value, not current value. To basically repeat a pretty old and tired analogy when it comes to hockey, you got to look to where the puck is going, right? Not to where it is. So keep that in mind. That's the whale mentality. We have to try to adopt it as much as possible when we look at the things that they're buying and the things that they're doing in terms of emulating the behavior. They're very much looking ahead. With that being said, the first coin in this list is the king of meme coins. It's been a while since we've talked about Dogecoin, but yeah, whales right now are seriously stacking up on Doge. It's been a phenomenon this quarter that we've been seeing. Crypto analyst here, Ali Martinez, recently pointed out that Dogecoin is seeing a pretty major spike in activity. In fact, it just hit its highest number of active addresses in 6 months, reaching over 84,000 Doge addresses. But there's more to it than just that, because whale activity is actually surging simultaneously. And earlier this month, whales scooped up around 1.4 billion Doge tokens. Of course, that's DOGE. That was worth about $140 million. That's a pretty big move, especially if you consider that Dogecoin has taken some pretty serious hits from these Middle East tensions that I discussed a moment ago. And so as far as I'm concerned, all this whale activity certainly represents a signal. The big players out there are making moves because they know, or at least strongly suspect, that something big is on the horizon for Dogecoin. Let's not forget about the recent high that we saw either, when Dogecoin shot up to a monthly high of 11.54 cents. We're a little bit lower than that right now, 10.86 cents as I record. But we were seeing some positive activity here before really the entirety of the market took a bit of a hit and saw some price declines. But that particular Doge pump about a week ago in particular was a result of China's latest economic stimulus. This was a positive sentiment that spilled into crypto and boosted a lot of the coins, a lot of the meme coins that are very speculative, of course, like Doge. And then on top of that, there's also been a noticeable decline in Doge balances across major exchanges, especially Binance and Bybit. Actually, according to CoinGlass, Binance saw $6.12 million worth of Doge withdrawals, while Bybit saw $4.46 million in outflows. And that matters, of course, because it shows investors are moving their funds out of exchanges. Often that's a sign that they expect the price of a given asset that they're moving off an exchange to rise, and therefore they're holding that token long term. So Dogecoin, as surprising as it may be, definitely is one to watch this quarter, especially with the whales circling and giving it a lot of attention. Something big could be brewing. Next up here, and at number 2, no surprise, yes, whales choose to stick with Bitcoin. That's the smart thing to do as they see it. It's trading right now just below $62,000. And if we look at the last 7 days, it's actually been a rough week for Bitcoin. Certainly it's down. Seasoned investors and analysts, however, are not phased. They just see this as a small bump. Not much of a big deal here in terms of the road ahead. There's been some selling pressure, yes. Again, that's partly due to the situation in the Middle East. But that's mostly from smaller holders, retail holders, and typically weaker hands. Again, the big players, the whales of the space, are not budging. In fact, they're doubling down, if anything. CryptoQuant's founder, Ki-Young Ju, pointed out that newer whales are actually aggressively accumulating Bitcoin. And this level of buying is unlike anything we've seen before. It reflects growing confidence in Bitcoin's long-term future. Just this week, Ali Martinez revealed that these whales have scooped up over 50,000 BTC, worth about $3.15 billion over a course of just 10 days. And then there's also Whale Alert, which reported a dormant address holding 100 BTC, valued at about $6.2 million, right? Easy math. That address was reactivated after nearly 11 years. And it doesn't stop there either, because we saw Cefu, which is an institutional digital asset platform. They made headlines by purchasing 3,372 BTC worth over $200 million on Binance. So what's next for Bitcoin? Analysts, of course, are still optimistic. Some believe BTC could revisit all-time high territory and even get to the $100,000 mark. Others expect a more conservative target, 75 to 80K to begin with by the end of the year. That depends on whether or not it breaks through key resistance, which is $70,000 right now. But looking at historical trends, I've been talking a lot about this lately. October tends to be a strong month for Bitcoin. I know it hasn't been a strong start to October, but historically, if we go by the data, on average, we've seen some pretty good percentage gains historically for the month of October for every year in which there's been data in crypto. Among those months where we've seen gains, the average sits at about 23%. So October has only just gotten started. We're not even a week in yet. Let's watch and let's see how things unfold.
And so if this market pulls back hard under this level and then consolidates and comes back, we're likely to sell and stall.
Okay, and last but not least here, one that you may not have expected is XRP. Whales are getting active in this last quarter with XRP. And on-chain data shows large quantities of XRP being moved from exchanges to wallets, actually. One whale recently moved 28,900,823 XRP from Binance to an unknown wallet, which signals accumulation, of course. Because when large amounts of cryptocurrency are moved off exchanges and into private wallets, it is often a sign that the holder intends to hold onto the assets for the long term rather than trade them immediately. And in another big transaction here, 30 million XRP worth about $15.7 million, that was transferred from the Indodax exchange to another unknown wallet. And then additionally, whales have scooped up over 470 million XRP in just 10 days, signaling major interest that's growing in the token. But aside from all the digital forensics that we can do, XRP has also enjoyed a stronger social media presence. And there's also been a huge surge in transaction volume. It recently hit an 8-month high of $2.39 billion in transaction volume, boosted by Bitwise's filing to launch an XRP-based ETP in the US. And look, while many believe that approval is unlikely anytime soon, the filing still did its part to add credibility to XRP. However, XRP did face a setback recently when the SEC appealed its case against Ripple. As expected, XRP reacted badly to this news, tanking by over 10% since that time. We don't expect any change to the ruling anytime soon, and the fact is that Ripple's drama with the SEC will probably cast a shadow over the XRP coin. Looking ahead, however, XRP's price will likely be influenced by the ongoing accumulation from whales, as well as how the Ripple case unfolds. If XRP can shake off the legal uncertainty that surrounds it, then it might have a bright future, especially with the growing whale interest and potential ETP buzz.